Now, U.S. stocks opened flat Friday following the employment report as investors focus on the healthcare bill and related stocks. Africa 54 business correspondent Jill Malandrino has more from the NASDAQ market site in New York City.
U.S. stocks opened flat following the all-important employment report for April. Let's take a look at some of the data. Non-farm payrolls came in at 211,000 versus consensus of 180,000. However, March was revised down to 79,000 jobs from 98,000 jobs. February was revised up. We've been averaging about 185,000 jobs per month for 2017. The unemployment rate came in at 4.4%. Now that's the lowest since 2007. Average hourly earnings were at 0.3%. That was in line with consensus. Average hourly earnings is what translates to actual spending, but so far this year, rising wages haven't shown much impact on consumer demand, and that's a key metric analysts will be focusing on. Now the focus for today and certainly going forward will be healthcare, as the U.S. House of Representatives yesterday afternoon approved to repeal major parts of Obamacare and replace it with a Republican health care plan, handing Trump his biggest legislative victory, but setting up for a tough fight in the Senate. Now, the vote was 217 to 213. Republicans obtained just enough support to push the legislation through the House, sending it to the Senate for consideration. No Democrats voted for the bill. Hospital stocks and Medicaid names responded the most to the move. Now, outside of healthcare and policy, the big story this week has been the rout in the crude oil market as stockpiles remain at record levels and energy companies continue to produce. In fact, we touched the $43 level in overnight trade this morning, but let's look at what could be hurting the demand side. Chinese data has been weaker and is also clamping down on financial leverage and increased regulatory scrutiny, and that can be seen as curbing demand in the world's biggest energy consumer. One thing about commodities, particularly oil, it's largely based on supply and demand. You can only do so much with the supply side, but it's really meaningless unless demand comes in to alleviate this overly saturated market. From the NASDAQ market site in New York, I'm Jill Malandrino, and this is Africa 54 Business News.